morning. Good morning. How you guys doing? How's everybody today? Good morning. Good morning. All right. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's get the show on the road here. All right, let's pull up our hourly chart. Let's pull up some gamma levels. Let's take a look at what's going on. All right. So first thing we want to do is take a look at the outlook for the session. So let's pull up our Dynasty headquarters dashboard. The first thing we do, let's make sure this recording is on as well. Just want to confirm my microphone is working. I had some microphone issues, did some testing. So if you could in the chat, just let me know. It looks like it's working. Let me just double verify. Yeah, it looks like it's working pretty good. All right, so basically what we're looking at right now, 28,500 is a downside battle line. Upside trigger, 28,575. So that's kind of the area we have to pay attention to. We do have some positive gamma around that level. We are in a negative gamma environment overall. Let's take a look at the actual backdrop of what's happening here. So we could actually see the volatility, the IV is quite high. And so what we're basically suggesting, or what volatility is suggesting, is that we should see some pretty big moves here this week. We know that the big contract, July 31st, has pretty large exposure or expirations taking place. We're going to be anticipating some pretty significant moves. It is earnings week as well, so we have to remember that. Let's also take a look at a couple things here on the basic price action situation. So where we're currently at is we are rejecting our one-day max. Thanks, buddy, there. Appreciate the thumbs up. 28,747. And then we have call resistance right below 28,575, right? 575. So today's expected move is 1.5%. So let's see, I think we're already at around 1%, about 1.23% up on the session. Okay, so this is giving us some insight to kind of where we should be expecting the battle to actually take place. So our weekly open, 28,500. We know that was a very important level last week. Was major put support, and we can see that we've broken back above, and obviously we're trading up in the upper areas now, so 750-ish, give or take. We kind of just rejected from that. So for the current week, what we're going to be anticipating is once we start breaking outside of last week's value, that's when we can anticipate a directional move. Up until then, we're going to basically say we're 50-50, right? We're two-sided until we get directional. So that's kind of the plan here. So on the hourly chart, higher time frame for the session, we're going to kind of come in with a neutral bias coming into the session, not holding on to one specific, bullish or bearish mindset. I mean, we're just going to respect the levels and in terms of what we see. So currently on the hourly, just look at the body closures here against 750. You can see how they spent some time here, and it actually started happening from a Friday overnight session. This was the first candle from 6 p.m. right? So 6 o'clock open on Friday night. So that was the initial test of the level, and then we got a pretty significant move throughout the rest of the session. Pretty big volatility, caught massive trades. It was a huge day. I think we ended up netting over, I thought it was 200 points, but it was actually 400 points on the session. So it was a pretty big day. I mean, just last week was just great overall, except for Wednesday. And then overnight, we see we've gapped up here. So we have this nice opening gap. There's really no other gap here that I see from Globex, but potentially on the RTH, there's definitely some gaps that's worth noting. So right now, I can already see what people are beginning to think. Like we got this potential crossover trend beginning to look bullish here on the hourly. We do have a swing high, a rotation here. We did take out this swing low here. But at the same time, it's a Monday, it's earnings week. I don't want to get too excited thinking that we're going to get an immediate reversal of this trend. I mean, it could happen, and then we obviously can see acceleration to these lows, but we'll see we'll just have to kind of wait, right? Once we get to that 575 level, which is a top positive GEX area here, we may start seeing price start getting some support here, and then continue maybe ranging within this overall range. Now our expected lows down below 28,865. So the overall expected move today, I think, is like 1.5%. We're up 2% from yesterday's close, but from the opening price, we're only, let's see here, about 0.9%. And let's see where we're at here from here to here. This gives us about 3,500 ticks from expected high to expected low. But of course, it's going to be tied to the actual opening print. So we'll see. It looks like price is really trying to break down here. We'll see what happens. So if we do start getting some expansion through this area here, 650, 640 to this low, basically, then, you know, I guess we can start anticipating a test of call resistance at 575. So 575, that looks like that's where we're headed right now. Let's look at the Renko chart. Let's look at the big Renko chart. Big boy Renko chart over here, 32 bar chart. We can see we actually have some bullish structure here on the Renko. So it's telling me that we just kind of went from bearish. So if we go back, we could see technically from the Friday, we had a fake breakout, right? So right at 1700, this would be 6 p.m. Opening print. We took out the high, right? Technically bullish, but then they took out the low. So when we get that double break, we call that the Johnny cage, because at that point, price is going to cage, the structure is going to cage price, and price is basically going to just be like chopping everybody up until we pick a direction. But eventually we did. So at 6 a.m. on Friday is when that last buyer came in and got trapped. And then once that happened, I think this time was at 9 a.m. is when the trend started. So that dot is what signified that rotation to the downside. And then at 10 o'clock, we had a pretty big recovery. So you could see at 10 a.m. Price here was going two-sided here at the open print for 4 hour, which is expected. So you can see they got above the open, below the open, above and below, and then finally expanded up higher. And then from here created a lower low, right? So we had this nice rotation here. So from this high to this low to this high, this is kind of how I would have viewed it. This overall rotation like this, lower low, and now we're printing higher high, higher low, higher high. So the question now is this going to be a committed higher high? Like, meaning they're going to protect this low? Are we going to protect this low here at 28,520s? Because if so, then this would then potentially give us the opportunity to start looking for some bullish structure continuation moves. Now, if it doesn't hold and it becomes a flaky breakout, right? And then we end up, because it is a Monday, right? It's a flaky breakout. We could potentially be seeing a two-sided breakout, right? Break of the high, break out the low, which again, we call that the Johnny cage. And then maybe they just mess around here today. So we have to just be prepared for that. And then, of course, we'll be monitoring the ATR first 30 minutes of the session. We want to see an increasing, about the volume profile, what is the best? So it's worth looking at volume profile from the previous week, right? You want to understand the value of the overall week. You could also, from there, obviously, there's some value looking at it on a day-to-day basis as well, because when we travel or when we're trading within prior day value, that technically could mean that we may be inside rotational, right? So this is definitely worth noting. But I prefer the larger view for volume profile. And then when it comes time to execute, what I will look at intraday real time is where are they building value in the moment, right? So what we know, for instance, if we start, this is where book map comes in for me, because I'm looking at the actual volume on the book map. So if I start seeing volume or the POC on a volume profile begin to migrate higher or lower, that's pretty important information. But I think what's a little bit better for me is just a real-time GEX POC, right? So I look at the largest, we're trying to, and I'll use different tools for that, but basically we're looking at where's the POC in terms of gamma for the session, because that's going to be what that's forward-looking, right? So we know that this is important, this is happening right now, and those POCs will act as magnets for price, and especially as they start migrating. So I kind of put more weight on that, but it's very similar. Are we moving here? Like, what's going on? Price seems stuck. All right, so let's see what happens. So the main pivot to watch right now is we've got this break of structure here, 28,733. Okay, so our indicator tools plot, we call this the boss acceptance engine. So basically the break here is at 28,631. That's the first break. Then we got the second break at 733. It's a Monday, so I will anticipate some wonky ass price action. So just be careful. Don't be buying breakouts early in the session. The only thing that you would want to consider, if you were directional, if you believe we're going to be directional right from the beginning, keep your eye on the 15-minute chart or the 1 hour chart, primarily the 1 hour chart. Okay, if you believe we're going to be directional right out the open. So what I like to look at is straight up right now, 9 o'clock. We could already see the buyers here try to take control of the 9 a.m. right, and then immediately failed. Sellers took complete control of the 9 a.m. candle right off the rip. Now that doesn't mean for the rest of the hour that we're going to stay down, that the sellers are going to stay in control. It doesn't mean that. It just means that for the last 25 minutes, the sellers have been dominating this auction. But of course, that can change in an instant as soon as the market opens, right? So let's just be cautious here. The main thing right now is just understanding what is the moment. In the moment, what is happening? In the moment, what is price showing us? So I will just look at the 1 hour chart. And right now we're testing the low of this 1 hour candle here, right? We're testing the low right here, as you can see. And then from there, the next level of interest is going to be call resistance to 28,575s. All right. So guys, as you jump on, hit that like button, Appreciate the support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And obviously, if we continue to get good engagement, I'll continue to stream for free every single day. So let's keep this rolling. You know, last week was a banger, man. We caught some great moves. I mean, overall, very good week, very good solid week. Hopefully everyone had a pretty decent week as well. You know, and I think the main piece right now is just understanding the conditions that we're stepping into, earnings week. So there's definitely going to be some big volatility here throughout the session, throughout the week. So should be good. We want volatility, right? That's what we want. We don't want the calm markets. We do not want those calm, chill markets. Can't make money with that. All right. If you guys have questions, the way the live stream works, I basically will explain every trade I take. I will even let you know if I'm thinking of taking a trade before I take the trade, when I take the trade. The only time that maybe it doesn't happen right away is just because maybe things change, so I don't take the trade, whatever. But point is, this is actually more of a way for me to explain what's in my head when I'm trading and getting it out there. And obviously, for some folks, they may find it helpful. Some folks may find it totally not helpful. But that's kind of how I do it here. I don't really... I'm not too much of an entertaining streamer. I know most streamers talk about everything other than trading, but that's all I want to talk about is trading. That's all I want to talk about. All I want to talk about is how we're going to make some money. So hopefully you'll resonate with that. So let's get ready, guys. We got about 2 minutes, a minute and a half here before the show begins, before the game begins, and we can see that hourly beginning to push down. Let's look at that 15-minute chart. Very nice 15-minute chart here as we begin to push down. Let's drop some major levels here, see where we're at. 600, we're now approaching to 600s. So our primary setups is we like what we see here on the Renko. We start getting extreme, right? We start seeing sell volume, aggressive volume here, bubbles. We like this, right? Because this is a recipe for a potential reclaim, right? So I put together some videos over the weekend for the dashboard, basically giving you guys the analogies I use for how I interpret the price, reading price, right? So, you know, I'd recommend checking that out, because you'll hear me start mentioning things and you might be like, well, what is that? You know, so it's just more because that's how I learn things, by relating it to stuff I actually know. You know, so anyways, this right here is looking pretty good. We'll see what happens if we end up displacing lower. I'd like to see some aggression here. We got some bids beginning to build around 600. Where's my liquidity ladder? There we go. About 100 contracts down below. 100 contracts right now. They just sold into it. So these indicators here is our liquidity level. So it plots the order book or level 2 on our chart. And then we have big trades. So big trades basically telling us where the aggressors are. And so we like when we see the aggressors coming into a major level, but we got to be cautious because, you know, we did reject 1-day max. You know, we do have this big gap underneath, but well, we'll see what happens here. We got 3 seconds left. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. There's the push. the initial drive lower. Let's see if these buyers end up coming right back in and trying to reclaim that, or sellers just going to smash them. We're not taking trades right at the open. At least I don't. Very rarely will I do that. What's our ATR? It's only 48. Got a little bit of a lag here. That's expected here at the open. Okay, I think we're back on track now with the platform. Alrighty. We got two-way behavior here at the opening print. We got the buyers trying to get back above. Sellers immediately rejected it. Buyers are trying again. I'm going to try a scalp here for a long. Let's see if we can maybe get something going here. Got a pretty big delay on my platform though. So let's see what happens. That opening print's at 90s. Down about 10 points right now. Let's see if they get back above. Okay, stopped out on that. Quick scalp there, got stopped. Get my platform, close all the trades. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Let's take a look at the book map. Always watch the book map, guys. Are we call resistance? Yeah, we are. Let's see if they're going to be able to reclaim again or reject. I'm going to try it one more time here. Wow, my freaking slippage is crazy. What is going on? I probably should not be copy trading all these trades in one shot. Let's see, is that what it is? I don't know. I'm having a platform lag issue there. So big rejection here off the opening print. So I tried to get long on this reclaim, but it was like a little late there. So I don't know exactly. I guess right here, yeah, I got long here, got stopped out. So two losses right now, trying to catch a pop, but that's fine. That is fine. All right, let's see. Where's that hourly chart? We're now approaching our HVL here at 25. So we're not going to keep trying to fight this thing. So we can see that the price is staying pretty heavy at the moment. Where is my major GEX? We're approaching our negative GEX, major negative here at 510s. Keep our eye on the book map there. If your first time here, welcome. So right now we just got some nice little market structure, lower low, lower highs. So far, a nice little push to the downside. First 5-minute candle looking pretty decent. ATR is 72 ticks per minute at the moment. They're just filling that bit. Look at those large contracts here. We're now testing the weekly open. That's a pretty big level here. Let's see if they're going to stay heavy underneath that level. See if they're going to stay heavy, or if they're going to start popping from that level. Take a look at that 15-minute chart. Oh, sorry, it's the hourly chart. So very nice little move down. Very nice move down here, testing the weekly open at 501s. Buyers are beginning to try to take control here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Nice little pop. But these boys have a long way to go to reclaim. They've got to get back above this pivot at 28,590s to take back control. GEX is beginning to turn positive here. Let's take a look at our POCs. Let's take a look at that, see what we have. Okay, we have our POC overhead, so that would actually give us upside potential for upside magnet. So that price on the QQQs would be 694s. So there's the move, right? There's that move. Okay, so I was a little early there. I was thinking that we would have reclaimed it since we were near the open, but it wanted to retest that weekly open print. So we'll see if this ends up becoming the low of the session. To be honest, I'm not anticipating a big down day. I'm not anticipating a big down day. So let's see. This price now begins to accelerate higher and retest that opening print. So this was a very nice reclaim. So this was an example of us getting pretty aggressive here. You see the large trades, but the key is the weekly opening print, right? So that was an immediate failure at the weekly opening print. Now we're back above the 930 open. Beautiful move. I wish I would have executed that trade, but I didn't take that trade, unfortunately. All right, so now let's just see if they can sustain the move, right? That's the big question. So right now we kind of are two-way. I mean, even though we had this nice move down, I mean, what they're just basically doing is volatility is beginning to expand. We're beginning to see price kind of stretch out, right? So the 15-minute candle is pretty nice. Let's take a look at that. We got actually not nice. Well, it's a nice rejection is what it is. It's a nice rejection. So let's watch here. They're back above the opening price, but I still think they may continue to chop around here, but we'll see. There's the pop. Let's see. I think they may pull back. Got to be patient here, guys. The market is two-way at the moment. Just waiting. So I'm watching the sellers here underneath 59s. So what's happened so far is we traded under call resistance. We ended up rotating from there, broke some structure, and now we're battling two-way here. We're going two-way. It's two-sided, right? Buyers and sellers are trying to fight the opening price here at 930 to see who's going to take control of this 930 auction. Believe we have some releases today. Oh no, we don't. We don't have anything big today, so pretty chill day today. Pretty chill day today, guys. Let's see. Do you see how they're battling here? This is 50-50 here at the 930 open. So there's a nice little seller that just came in here. Let's see if that's going to end up becoming a squeeze for if they're going to squeeze this seller right here. We got some positive GEX right above here at 610s. So we're basically contained in a cage right now, right? We got this cage going on. So we're in this consolidation. Oh, just be patient. We got about a minute and a half left for the 5-minute candle to close here. 1 minute looks like it's trying to break back out now. We're trying to break down here below. Let's see if they're going to reject 590s. So look at what's going on here. We're kind of breaking down. So 600 was that level. They got above 600, back below it. So now we're testing the VWAP. Well, let's see. This could be a pullback. We'll see. So we're just pressing here. If you had a nice big move, when you see a big spike like this and then they hold like this, the longer it takes for price to expand, the weaker it becomes. And this is the expected outcome. So we call that the overhead press. So watch this 550 level if they're going to be able to get back above 550s. Put the book map back on now. Let's see if they can hold 550s. So the 525 is acting as support, but we are kind of stair stepping down now. So we'll see. Careful here. Watch this 550 level. Are they going to be able to hold it up? Nope, rejected. Let's go back to that early candle. I'm going to wait for the 15-minute candle to close. There's 25s again. Seller just came back in. I'm going to try scalp here. Stop is going to be 505s. Oh, I'm already out of that trade. Damn. T3. Another 50 ticks. So I'm down 150 ticks right now, guys. Trying to, I don't know why I'm buying. I'm just looking for the reclay with these moves, but I'm not really getting that confirmation, really. I didn't even get my little green dot, so I was thinking that maybe we'd get that reclay right here. But, nope. My max loss is going to be like 50 points, 55 points. So I gotta just be a little bit careful here. So 50 points is like 200 ticks. So I'll give myself like 250 ticks. It's Monday as well. So for me, like after the weekend, it does usually take a little bit for me to kind of get back in sync with things, to be honest. But if I just stayed coachable to the chart, right? I mean, really, the sellers took control of this, and then we see them take back control right here again. There's that dot, right? I was thinking that maybe we get a nice bounce off this, but it didn't happen, right? We're testing that weekly open now, so let's see if they're going to continue to hold this, or if we're gonna get some breakdowns. So starting the session with 3 losses, not good, not good today so far. Still early, but that big Renko just took out structure as well. We've got this nice little break. Now we're breaking these lows. Take a look here. So this was 6 a.m. open. Took out the low, got a pullback. And there's the dot right here on the bigger Renko. So now we're beginning to trade inside the opening gap. So are we going to actually go all the way through and close this gap and get another test of this slowdown here? Or are they going to end up finding some support, right? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So far, I've been a little, I've been a little, what's the word? I've been jumping in a little too early without confirmation. Or not even confirmation, but not even really seeing that the sellers are getting trapped. Right now, the buyers are just nowhere to be found in the moment. Wow, that 1 hour is expanding pretty nicely. We're now breaking through the 450s. And we'll see if we continue to get more acceleration to the downside. I'm not in a rush to jump in. I did take 3 cuts already. Big offer just came in for 300 contracts here. So just watch a book map. There's 450. They're going to be able to, sellers going to step right back in and knock them out. We got 1 minute left here for this 15-minute candle. This will be the first 15-minute candle here, set in the opening range. Hey, good morning. Good morning. They're going to try to get a rotation here. Oh, my platform. It's like clunky. There's a sweep there. Look at that. I'll get some volatility coming in. Let's see. They're battling here 450s. See, these buyers are trying, but still it could just be a little pop before they take it out lower. 15-minute candle is currently inside the prior 15-minute. It's kind of cold in here. Here's the dot. Let's see if that dot leads to a retest or a break of the opening range low. Look at the book map. We're beginning to get heavy under 450s. Can they stay under 450s? Very nice trap there. That buyer came in right at the 200 moving average. If you're using the big trades indicator, you would see there's 54 contracts executed in one block. This is MNQ, by the way. So 54 contracts executed. And then we got a pretty nice response. About 192 ticks right there. There's the 15-minute now beginning to try to get outside the prior 15-minute candle. They're trying to get outside, see if they can do it. There's 450 again. They're trying to reject the 450 level. Could be nice. Oh, positive GIX just built pretty significantly here at 28,430s. So let's see if they're going to use this as support or if they end up breaking through this. We'll see what happens. You can see the big green line there just popped up. Let's take a look at the book map. So 429's acting as support. I'm not really too interested yet, guys. I gotta wait for like a 5-minute, 15-minute turn, you know? So what I'm looking for is a swing low to form on the higher time frame. So, because right now we're trading against the 15-minute expansion. I'm sorry, the hourly expansion. So what that means is this hourly candle, this is what if we're trying to be a buyer, like we're trading against this force of this candle, it's probably not a good idea. The second thing to consider is about 10 minutes left or 11 minutes left on this candle. So there's still room for some damage, but how much more room? Like, do I want to be shorting the last 10 minutes here? I mean, unless we have some type of unexpected event or something that happens with price and we just get big acceleration. But what's the likelihood of us expanding another 883 ticks within 11 minutes when the ATR of the hourly chart is only 441 ticks? Right, so that's my contention of trying to short down here. So the best bet would be to wait for the next 1 hour candle to catch the next auction. So obviously sellers have controlled this auction, but now it's almost towards the end of the auction. Look at the break of structure that just happened here. So looking at 450, are they going to be able to hold 450s here? This is where bookmap comes in. And you just watch to see if they hold 450s, or is this going to be another failure? It is possible that they do hold it, or is that 450, and then they at least get a test of these highs, but we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. That's all we can do is just wait and see, wait and see. I'm not in a rush to make money back. I took my losses already. I'm not in a rush to get back in. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna take it easy, be selective. It's Monday. Show liquidity ladder. Stop bars. Okay, cool. There you go. So that's a nice reclaim of the 450 level. So we can see that on the book map, that 450 level, but it doesn't mean it's going to hold. It doesn't mean it's going to hold, but we'll see what happens. Now they failed there at 475. We got a failure there at 475s. 10 minutes left here on the hourly candle. It's beginning to battle here, guys. Are these guys going to get the continuation lower? The sellers here have stepped right back in. The buyers did try to get back above 475. But we also need to respect that under 450, under 450s, they've been defending, right? So every time price gets under 450, like this is the 450 line right here. Let's take a look. You can see 450. They get it under, back above, under, back above, under, back above, under, back above. So, I mean, maybe we try it one more time here, scalp. Because this time around, they got under, but barely under, right? Look, barely under here. Barely under. Barely under. But we're still two-way right now. There is no directional confirmation. We're about to test the weekly open. And we may reject pretty aggressively here at the weekly open. That would be the short signal here if they do reject under 475. So I'm watching Bookmap. They reclaim 475, but can they stay above it? I'm in long. Up 70 ticks. Usually when I'm down, I should just take the profit so I can start building my buffer back up. But because we're right at the weekly open, I'm going to take the risk of holding it through the weekly open if they can get above it. Doesn't look like they're going to, though. Watch the Bookmap. They're struggling here at the 500 level. It's a major level there. They're kind of flaky here at these highs. There's 100 ticks. I'm going to just take it. I'm going to stop being stubborn there and just take that. So I'm going to make back, just made back a little bit there. Nothing crazy, but we are at that weekly open. So look at how they keep defending now, 475, right? So the rotation there was they kept holding 450 underneath and then popping it, kind of like holding a beach ball underwater. So that's that beach ball effect. You know, you put the beach ball in the water. You ever done that before? It just eventually just pops. So sellers tried to stay heavy under 450, couldn't do it. But at the same note, buyers can't really stay, they haven't been able to stay firm above 475. So we can also see that weakness. So right now the market is leaning like the sellers are exhausting under 450, but the buyers haven't really proven themselves either. So, hey buddy, how you doing, man? My friend from Canada. What's up, Alex? Thanks for joining us here, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we can see we got this guy here who tried to buy the open. I was in here long, but then cut it because I saw that they couldn't break it. So let's see. We're back at 450s again. Can they stay? Can they now keep price under 450? But just look at what time it is. We've got like 8 minutes left here on this hourly candle. Let's see what they do. 475s. There's 450s again. Are they going to hold 450s? We're just staying rotational. This was the last time we were under 450 here. Looks like we're about to break through that level here. Let's see. No. I like how they're kind of building some volume or value under this open print at 500s, 28,500. They're staying kind of sticky around that level. So they're trying. There's a possible trap here, 450s. Price is getting pretty choppy here, guys. It's pretty choppy. Let's see. 450, are they, this is 475s. There's the sell side again. Yeah, I don't want to be battling this. This is like a pain in the ass right here, guys. So guess what? We just need to wait for the next 15-minute or 1 hour candle to open. They're creating some confusion here. The structure's still technically kind of like they're still trying to hold buyers here. You can see they're still trying to create these higher highs and higher lows, but we got this lower high right here. Feels like a trap. Feels like they're going to squeeze these highs. I don't know. I'm very cautious. I'm not really convinced either way to sell or to buy at the moment. And I think maybe that's just because of what we're seeing, right? I mean, both sides are failing below 450s, the sellers fail, above 475, the buyers fail. So it's like, do I want to short right here, expecting that this is going to be the break? We got 5 minutes left on the 1 hour candle. How many times can they play this level, right? Yeah, everything's good with the family, brother. Thank you for asking. Everything is good. Hope all is well on your side too. Here's that test of 429s, major positive. Major positive GEX, which will act like a magnet for price, and we should see some hedging around here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if they get that displacement through this low. There's the selling. Look at 425 on Bookmap. Look at the volume coming in. Look at the Bookmap. Pretty steady flows. Look at all the selling. ATR is 132 on the 1 minute. So this is going to be a pretty big day. It's at basically 9:55 a.m. That's bigger than it was on Friday. So that lower high actually did end up holding, and now they've taken out all the folks here who were getting long, and that was a pretty nice little reclaim at 475s. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. That way other folks can get suggested the content here. Let's see if we get through this 400. So we're just breaking down now. We're getting that nice clean movement so far. Nice T2 offer here. Let's see if that ends up creating a pressure on price to get price lower. Very nice directional move from what time was that? 9:53, 9:55. So we're now trading below the major positive. That hourly chart looks like it is trying to close this gap. Let's see if you're going to be able to do it. We got 2 minutes left here. Can you guys tell I'm a little tired? I'm a little tired. A little tired here. Next incoming level is going to be 250s. That'll be our next major negative level here. But before we get there, we have Friday's closing price right around 300s. So we've basically, if you look at the price action, let's go to a 1 minute chart real quick. What's happened so far is we opened up, we expanded lower, we pulled back, and we pulled back to our weekly open. So this is technically the weekly opening print, and we rejected it. And then from there, we now have continuation lower. So very nice move. I mean, just continuation from 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. sell off. So that's good. I actually wasn't expecting it to be so clean, especially on a Monday, right at the open. So I came in initially thinking we would see some more two-way fight between the buyers and sellers. So I was basically trying to catch some mean reversion, which probably was not a good idea considering that we are negative gamma. But you know, it is what it is. So we're just waiting now to see how we can participate. This next 1 hour auction's about to start in 30 seconds. So every 30 minutes, you know, we just like to look to see because there's opportunities every 30 minutes as scalpers. Hopefully some of you guys were able to get that short and catch that really nice move. Really nice move. Strong move. There's that opening print. Price is staying pretty heavy, guys. Let's see, book map here. See the sellers here. It's been a non-stop selling here for a low day. We're now down 0.09% from yesterday's close. But from the open, we're down about 0.9%. Expected move is 1.5%. So we still have some opportunity to go lower and still be within the range, the expected move for the session. So look at what's going on now at the opening print at 10 o'clock. Sellers came in, took control. We had a buyer, actually. That's interesting here. We had a nice buyer under contracts execute. And we got a pretty decent response. And, you know, we'll just continue to wait. Sellers are obviously been dominant this last entire, I'd say 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. They're just completely crushing everything. Look at that again. Sellers are right back in, spanking price with volume and size. Immediate reaction. Ooh. Are they going to go two-way here, or is it going to be one-sided again? A T2 bid, 158 contracts. Someone's buying down here. They are buying down here. Let's see, but I'm not interested in buying right here. No, sir. This market is staying heavy, and they are expanding to the downside. Let's see. You know, it's hard. It's not that it's hard for me to trade with the trend. Like, it's just when the market is already like trending and trending and trending, it's just like, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to, because the moment I get in, that's when price is going to pull back, right? So it's like, oh. But I mean, technically speaking, this is a decent setup right here. Like, you know, you could absolutely hit that trade on a short. This would be a failure above the opening price, right? To get a 10 o'clock reclaim, failure. Nice scalp right there. But I'm expecting or looking for something like a more of a meaningful pullback. But 15-minute is staying pretty bearish, pretty heavy. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. We're now testing almost X3 down below. We got X3 down below. Here's our zero gamma line. So we'll see if they're going to be able to reclaim zero gamma. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know. So they're now playing with 325s. That's the level. So we had a failure right here above 350. Price ripped up, trap, and then rotate lower. Let's get rid of the book map for now. And now they're beginning to build a base down here. We'll see if they're going to use that or if it's just going to end up being a small consolidation for continuation. You know, buyers are immediately failed again, bro. These guys have no shot today. We're now testing X3 on bookmap. Look at bookmap. See how they're consolidating right at the level? That's what you want to see. You want to see them pin this level here like that. And then you want to see them try to get above it and then fail below. So they've already tried 3 times. We got a nice little move down, but let's see. They're back again above. So that could be a reclaim of 300. I'm going to try. Stop below 300. The real test is 325 if they can get back above 325. They're struggle busting here. Yeah, quick cut under 300s if they fail. There's my 80 ticks. 100 ticks. Stops or break even. Taking that profit, guys. I'm just taking that profit. Just digging myself out of my little hole that I was in. 3 trades. Maybe get back short now. Let's see what happens here. 25s. Watching for that short. Let me get short now. Maybe I can play to the downside as long as they don't reclaim 25s. Let's see. Looks like they're going to reclaim 25. We're testing here. Major or negative gamma here or zero gamma. Let's see if they can get back under 300s. Watch the book map here. Buyers did step back in. And I'll try to just get this move now to negative gamma for what's that price? 59s. Stops already at break even just in case you're gonna manipulate around here 300s. Watching book map. Don't want to see them back above 300. Look how they hammer the bid. I'm gonna take that profit. Good. Counts back to 0 now. I'm actually minus $2. So we just made back our losses, gang. We're back in business. I think I have more of a pretty bad delays. I'm copy trading some heavy accounts today. I don't know why I'm doing that. I should usually just kind of ease myself in, but yeah. Let's see what we got here. Now trying to play beach ball down here, guys. Be careful. 300s. They're going to trap sellers under 300s, it looks like. We'll try again long. I'm long. Taking that profit, just scalping. Now we're green on every account. Small green. I gotta build a buffer first, right? So I just want to be green, build a buffer, and then I can start pressing. Then we can start going beast mode. All right, boys, so look at what they're doing here. Don't let them fool you. Okay? Don't let the guys fool you here. And just pay attention right now to this area here like this. These are failure zones. If we get above the zone, we get back under the zone. Above the zone, under the zone. Under the zone, above the zone. Under the zone, above the zone. It's a Johnny Cage. It's a Johnny Cage. That's why I'm just taking a profit. I'm not holding for big moves, guys, right now, because we're technically in a downtrend. Pressure's to the downside, but I have to respect that we're not breaking 300s, or we're not committing to the move below 300. We now have a big offer of 100 contracts here. It's probably the largest contract offer I see on the NQ at 370s. So we'll see if they're going to end up using that to draw price in. Actually, no, we had 114 contracts they traded through already. They actually reclaimed it on the 1 minute. So again, but we gotta, this right here has the potential to be a reversal. It has the potential, but because we're in a Johnny Cage, we're not like, it's not committed yet, right? And we're below the open. So if they can get back above the 10 o'clock open here at 347s, that's a higher time frame open indicator, and then we start actually seeing sellers fail, then this could become the reversal. And then the 5 minute looks like it's trying. We got 30 seconds left here on the 5 minute chart. 30 seconds left on the 5 minute chart. Let's see if we can get a candle 3 here on 5 minutes. So if you, the basic format is we're looking for a 3 candle sequence on a higher time frame, and then we trade that 3 candle sequence on the lower time frame using Renko, basically. But then we have to time it with key levels. And so what we're looking for is this. So if you see currently, oh, do I not have that indicator on here? MTF fractals. Let's put that one on. I'm going to add this to the dashboard for everyone. I don't think I had it there. Yes, fractal. Very important. Very important. It makes trading so much easier, guys, to be honest. The timing of things. Well, look at that shit. 300. Let's see if they're going to hold below 300 now. We got a pretty aggressive move there. Yeah, so what we look for, if you look at my, I know you guys are probably, let me try to make that a little bigger. It might be hard to see. Where are we? The dot. Let's make that like 15 ticks. That's still a little small. Keep your eye on 300s, guys. They were holding that level for a little bit. They're now trying to close through it. You can see on the 5-minute chart. So it's still not time yet for a turn. So we were just dealing with some nice little rangy price action, buy low, sell high. But price is still pressing lower and continuing. We're now beginning to accept under 275s. But basically what we're looking for is a similar situation like this. You see how we get a candle, a lower low, then a higher low. Typically when we see the break of this high, if price is committed to the move, if price commits to this move, we should see an expansion, usually to the other side of the range, which would be this candle right here. But they failed, right? So we had a buyer failure right here. And instead we had a swing high fractal form, high, higher high, lower high. So this was the break here and they committed to the move. Sellers committed, right? We got big follow through. And so, you know, you can totally see how these turning points are very important all throughout the entire session. Started actually right here, the exact high here at 702, this rotation. And then we had the buyer failure right here. So on that buyer failure, that would just confirm that sellers are in complete control of this auction. So we haven't had a swing low formation on a higher time frame that's held. So because of that, you can always expect that every buy signal, every buy pattern, every pullback on a long is going to fail. That's how you actually, so when indicators don't work, it's because you're trading against the fractal, okay? The fractal is almost like an invisible force of energy. So I don't care if you're using fair value gaps or moving averages, order blocks, you can use whatever it is you're using, gamma levels. It's time-based. It's actually time-based, right? The timing of rotations. And so we have this indicator you see here on my Renko chart, which gives me the market structure internally to catch the tightest moves. So we're hanging out right now under our major negative. So look at what they did. So before we were trading up in here, now we displaced through. Now we're beginning to auction now lower. Now we're playing with a new zone, a new sell of 250s as support and 275 as resistance. And literally this is all price does all day, every day. It literally goes from one zone to another zone, to another zone, to another zone. So let's see here if these boys are going to, I'm going to try long. Try. Watch that book map here. They're going to be able to reclaim here. 75s, 75s. Does it hold? Does it hold? We're back inside that prior range. Does it hold? Up, failed. Stopped out. All good. Like a ghost order hanging out here. Okay, finally, there we go. Keep your eye on 75 again. Big fail there. Is it done? Is it finito? There's that red dot. So my buffer is, now I have a little bit of a buffer still, nothing crazy, but I'm not red. So we're back to square, we're back to break even pretty much on the session. I traded against the 5-minute fractal force. Fractal force sounds like a Power Ranger or a special move. These boys are trapping here. What time is it? 10:15? Oh, I got a new 15-minute candle about to open. Are they going to expand lower here? This dot right here. Look at that dot, man. That dot right there. Watch 250s. I'm going to try 250s again. I'm going to try 250s. I'm being stubborn today. That's for sure. The 250 looked like a good little reclaim level there with the book map, huh? Look how they just get away from that level instantly. Hopefully they don't displace back underneath violently. Don't do it. Don't you do it, man. Look at the bubbles. Look at the bubbles. Oop, oop, oop. Oh boy. Come on, give me a beach ball. Give me a beach ball squeeze. Let's go. I just need a little bit more. Come on. A little bit more. I know it's not ready yet, but it's not ready, but I'm ready. Let's see if we can get back above 75, reclaim the prior auction, and take out the high of the prior 5 minute at 31s. There we go. There's 100 ticks, peoples. Wouldn't it be great if we reclaimed the opening print of 10 o'clock, that 10 o'clock auction? Stops are break even. Hopefully we can trap. Now they spent time here. This could be the squeeze and maybe low day. So let's see what happens. We're up 130 ticks. Well, 130 ticks, but I'm going to take that profit, gang. I'm taking that profit, gang. Why? Because a 5 minutes not ready yet. 5 minutes not ready yet. Oh, we're green now, baby. We're green now. Man, I'm just being so stubborn. Counter trend trading. You're seeing how to counter trend trade, which you should not do unless you have good experience and understanding of these little market behaviors around these levels. GEX is negative right now, but not significantly. We're holding. We're seeing 253 act as support. So the level now I'm paying attention to, okay, support is 250s, resistance is 275. They've literally been playing with these like little 100-point sells, if you've noticed here. That's very organized and structured. Even though we're stair-stepping down, like we're getting displacement lower, we get a move lower, and then we compress between these 25, 50-point ranges. So it's pretty cool. So we green right now. We are green right now. I'm green right now, gang. Let's see if these boys are gonna bust through 250s. These guys are so violent. Why are they so violent right now? It's Monday, guys. Can we all just like kumbaya a little bit? Sellers are coming in on a mission. The sellers are definitely trying to like run everybody over from overnight. So they closed the gap, by the way. That opening gap on the hourly is finito. They closed it. So they're going after yesterday's low. Of not yesterday, Friday. What about the ES? ES has not closed its gap yet. Dun, 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 dun. It's like so easy if you were just trading like pullbacks to the moving average. Like if you look at a 1 minute chart, it's just like, oh yeah, just keep shorting the 9 moving average. It would have kept working. It would have kept working. Sometimes it's like when the market's trending like this, like all you got to do is just use the freaking simple stuff, you know, and it works. So we're testing 25 near where the Friday's low is right under 220. So what is that, like 250? About 215s, 28,000 215s. So we should expect some two-way auction here below the near that low before they take it out. So 250. Let's see if it acts as a major resistance now. We don't want to see that. If I was to sell, I would not want to see them reclaim 250. Yeah, I just reclaimed 250 again. Let's see if it holds that dot right there. It might be, sellers might be exhausting, to be honest. They're not getting committed. We're not getting commitment below 250s. We haven't broken out structures, though the buyers haven't fully committed to, or haven't been able to defeat the sellers. Sellers have been in control. Let's see if we can catch something here. What is this? Negative balls for? Yeah, it's typical. Look at this price action, man. What a disgusting Johnny Cage here. Higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Is this going to be a lower high? This has become the lower high that actually gets us to the low of yesterday. Let's see. Just keep your eye on the book map, guys. It's also not time yet, right? We got another 4 seconds here for the 5 minute counter to close. But the 5 minute has not been able to close under 250. Let's see. They're now back under 250. Watch the book map now. How do they handle 250? Do we get aggressive under 250? Looks like they're saying heavy under 250. Look at the book map. This white line is 250 right here. It's also GEX 4. There's the failure by the buyers. You spike above it, back underneath it. And they already had the big press, right? They already did the beach ball move. They get under it and boom, expand above. Now they're back under it again. Usually a second time, we shouldn't see them reclaim. If the sellers commit. If the sellers commit, then the buyer should not be able to get back above the 250. And you can't really see like the clustering. You see how price is building a cluster, like it's like really compressed in a box on bookmap. You can see how at the levels that they do that. You can't really see that unless you're like on a 1 second chart. But who wants to use a 1 second chart? That'll create like so much lag on your machine. Oh, we got some commitment now. 225s. Are we taking out the low of yesterday? They're about to take out yesterday's low. It's also our big blue lug level, so just be cautious here. I'm gonna be right back. I don't know why it's cold in my house, but I am freezing. I'll be right back, guys. We'll get me a jacket. All right. What'd I miss? I miss anything? Buyers just keep failing is what I missed. Look at 225s. Look at the cluster here on bookmap. Back above 225s. Oh boy, this is some shitty price action down here. T2 bid. All right, all right, all right. Look at the book map here. They're trying to hold the 2225, making it feel real cozy for buyers here. Let's see. Little safe space for buyers. Psych. Just kidding. Remember, the safest spaces on the chart are the most dangerous. The safest space on the chart is the most dangerous. We love these over-unders. We love these. My goodness. Oh man, I should just trade with the trend, huh? Would have been so much easier. Does that ever happen to you guys? Like for those who have experienced traders where it's like it's trending, but for whatever reason you just don't want to trade with the trend? Does that ever happen? I want to trade with the trend, but then I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the thing to do. I don't know why. But let's take a look at that daily chart. We're below the prior day low now. So now the real question, now the daily is bearish. Like officially, we're trading below low prior day. I mean, we were obviously already below the opening print, so that's already more than enough. But yeah, I guess if as long as we could stay heavy on the prior day low, then maybe we get a nice little expansion towards 800s, or sorry, 28,000s. We're down 0.5% so far on the session. That 5 minute chart is just relentless. I feel like I'm trading pretty bad today, but not bad. I'm trading bad because I'm not trading with the trend in the sense where I'm just like missing these freaking big moves. But I will say the scalping side of just taking these longs and taking those targets has been working for me. So usually my mistakes would have been when if the market's trending and I get stuck in that mode where I'm like, I don't trust the trend and I'm trying to go against the trend. My mistake, usually how I'll lose money is I'll be in the move. I'll be in a move. Let's say I'll buy, like for instance, today I'm buying, but instead of taking my profits at the levels or at the resistance zones, I'll try to hold thinking we're going to get a full expansion the other direction. And then those trades always just end up not working out. Like I'll get stopped out break even, or then I'll get overconfident and leave my stop loss so large or move it away to give price room, and it just keeps getting smash and smash. But today what worked, even though I'm like trading against the trend, I just took my profit, so now I'm up. So I'm up a couple grand right now across all my accounts, just basically scalping longs in a downtrend. And yeah, that's cool, I guess. But it's much easier to trade with the trend in this type of session here. We're negative gamma, so you can see these moves on the higher time frame are just very nice, very smooth. Let's look at a 5 minute chart. It's just been continuous, continuous, continuous. Look at the green candles. There's like none. Like these small little green candles here basically aren't doing anything here for price. Look at this. Buyers come in up here, smash. They try again, smashed, but again, smash, again, smash. It's just like, oh boy. So buyers, which is me, which was what I was doing today, it's like you're not really getting anything. So you're just taking little crumbs. The better move is to trade with the trend, right? I mean, that's pretty much the lesson here today. But it's all good. Sometimes it's hard for me to do that. I don't know why. It's just part of, I guess, how I'm built sometimes. And if I just followed my system here, right? I mean, the dots are all the entries, like all these red dots that you see on the chart. Those are all the entries to get short. They all would have paid easy money, easy money. But I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm just leaning. I just keep wanting to get the failure and get the little pop in the opposite direction. This is staying super heavy. So I don't anticipate I'm gonna actually catch a massive move today because it's to the downside. It's already happened, right? It's already happening. So maybe that's what it is mentally. So I've just been basically scalping off these little reclaim of these levels, trying to trap some sellers and then squeeze. But there's so much selling going on, which we understand why. We understand what the situation is, the environment that we're in. So this is literally an example of the wrong trading approach with the environment. Like, this is it. I mean, I'm lucky I'm making it work. I'm making money, but most folks would not be able to do that. And most times I would probably end up losing money doing this, but I guess it's okay if you just contain your risk. IB's getting set here in 1 minute, and we are about to crack the 100 level here. We're about to crack that 100 level here. Look at this 15-minute chart. Jeez. Go to the 1 hour chart. Jeez. I was not expecting this to happen today on a Monday. But that's a good thing. That's that's what's cool about the market, right? It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter. It will do whatever it does, whatever it wants to do. And you just gotta respect it. Respect. Bro, what is going on? Is this like I gotta pull up some stuff here and see what's happening. Where's my PLC? Look at that. We are just like straight trading through and accelerating through all this negative gex here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Flows are heavy. PLC's migrating lower and lower. Let's watch 1030 here. Dang, bruh. This is one of those days where it's just nonstop, huh? Nonstop. It's been bearish all session based on the flows. There's the opening price at 86s. These boys, are they going to even have a chance to get above the 1030 open print? Are they going to even have a chance? Oh, there they go. They're trying. The boys are trying. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. They're going to trap me here. The same play over and over again. Yeah, I'm stopped out. Watch 75 here. What happened to my stop loss here? Oof. Watch 75. Watch 75. No, it is over. Those boys could not get back above. Ooh. Oh, look at that. That's nothing. I'm in long, but it's a scam. Right now, they are doing two-way. They're two-way at the 1030 open. We haven't gotten a flip yet, though. The buyers on the book map, they keep trying to prop 75. But I don't know, man. These boys are, it's a disaster. There they go again. They're trying again. This time they stay heavy underneath. I think maybe we might see something here. I don't know. This is a third time, fourth time. I don't think it's going to work. Look at that 75 level, bro. What are they doing? Something's about to happen here. Just doesn't feel like the buyers are getting commitment here. Yeah, I'm going to probably cut this thing. Cutting it right now. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We got that flip, though. But you could just see how they just tried so many times to get above the freaking 75 or the opening print. They couldn't do it. Doesn't mean they won't do it, but they just couldn't do it. Rejected. Yeah, good thing I cut that trade, man. And it's going to start breaking down again and continue lower. Let's watch. 15-minute. Watch this 50 level. I'm going to try one more time. Under 50 stops. I'm up 60 ticks. Media rejection, Jesus. Oh my gosh. Stopped out there, guys. I don't know why my platform is so laggy today. You see how it leaves my ghost order there? So weird. Okay, finally gone. I think it's my copy trader, to be honest. Let's make sure all my orders are canceled. Okay, good. Oh man. Well, back right again, guys. Trying to be a buyer. Doing what I said I wouldn't do. Well, I didn't say I wouldn't be a buyer. I just said that it's probably not a good idea, but I'm in that mode where I'm just waiting for some type of reversal. Like right now. But they keep failing, so I don't know. Stops below 50s. Oh my good. Let's see. Watch that 50 level. Oh my good. All right, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop doing it. It's not working. All right. I guess I gotta just stay in that mode of just shorting pops then, huh? I don't think we're gonna see, at least from till I'm waiting for 11. Usually we'll see something, but at this point, it's 28,000. Every single buy, every single flip has failed. We know why too. No, it's not my computer. It's because I'm copy trading. It's the copy trader. Actually, I have no lag on my computer. It's just I'm copy trading like a lot of accounts. So for whatever reason, this copy trader is like pretty shitty. What up, Mike? It's hit or miss. Hit or miss. I may have to like do less contract size so that way when I'm copy trading across all these accounts, it's not creating such a lag. Let's see. There's 25, 25, under 25, failing, and failing. Let's go. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. All right, let's see. We actually hit our 1 day max, our 1 day min. We're at our 1 day min. How was that showing up on my chart here? Oh, it's for NDX. We hit the NDX 1 day min. Oh, okay. That's what it could be. Well, let's see. These sellers just keep stepping in and taking it out. Let's see. The next flip would be right here. This would be the next short. But am I going to take it? Nope, not taking it. Not taking it. Look at the seller that just came in right there. Seller that just took back control. Let's see if they're going to stay in control here. Sellers are back in control. Can they take this low at 8,000s, 28,000s? We have 100 contracts right under. There it is. There it is. Let's see. There's 28,000s. This is put support. So under this, we should see some aggression here. Let's see. Next is super negative. We're getting super negative here. Oh, man. Man, what a session, bro. I wish I would have just shorted from the 5-minute. Oh, my goodness. I wish I would have just stayed coachable to the 5-minute short, the chart, instead of trying to look for these counters. We're sitting right at a nice little negative GEX level here. Start seeing some more aggression. These guys are just being aggressive. They're 75. How come that's not plotting on my chart? Oh boy, I think I need to expand those. So we're trading at 29. Okay. I had my quarter levels, additional quarter levels here. Let's do that real quick. It's a pretty straightforward day, guys. Just because I'm not like killing it right now doesn't mean you shouldn't be killing it, because if you're just following the trend, you'd be making some money. I mean, that's really all it is right now. It's just, I don't know why I'm just having a hard time trusting this trend, but it's working. Every single sell signal would have worked. So I'll take the sheet. There's 2075, 28,000. Put support. Look at the buyer. They try. The buyer tries to get in here. And just watch 75 level. Right. So we get under. So here's the 50. We get underneath the 50. The seller got dropped twice, once, twice, and then we pop to the other side. But is this going to be a sustained move? Oh, see, immediately sweep and then continue lower. There's the dot, and that's it. This is what they've been doing the entire session, like literally creating these lower, low, higher, high traps, and then continue lower. And then they continue lower. Over and over again. And these are basically just sweeps, like literally just hitting the moving average and just continuing lower. Oh, it's so easy. It's so easy today. Oh, they're trying to do a Johnny Cage here. Look at that. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for exactly this. I'm waiting for, well, I need to see some commitment though. So far, buyers have not been able to commit to the move at all. Are the buyers going to commit? Trying. Cool. Updated my bookmap levels. And now we got the levels everywhere. Let's get rid of that for now. I don't need that. Alrighty. Look at the buyer trying to get committed here above 8,000s, 28,000s, put support, reclaim. Here we are. We might be getting some here. Let's see. Where's that prior structural failures at 25s? The buyers here are trying, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. This trend is pretty heavy. I'm not trying to catch the reversal either, you know? Let's just see what happens. I'm being cautious. I'm being cautious. It's Monday. Oh my goodness. Look at that move. About time. Jeez. Okay. Let's see if these guys are going to be able to stay above 25s. We had a bunch of offers that came in and buyers just started taking it out. So that's good. That's good. So we're back above 28,000 put support. Major positive is back above 28,423. We also did reach almost our maximum, our 1 day minimum. So 1 day minimum on the NQ, our 1 day min would be 27,865. So we're pretty much, we got almost there. And now we're seeing price beginning to rotate. So that's interesting. 5 minute is about to form its first swing low since 950. We haven't had a swing low formation since 950. All right. So now we're getting a meaningful pullback. This is where we could be looking for opportunity. Now, that's what I need. I need like a higher time frame pullback. So either to get short, the reason why I couldn't short this is because every 15-minute candle was just, there was no pullbacks. You know, so now they're beginning to pull back, but now I can't short this because we're too low. We already hit, you know, major levels. And so it's kind of like, what do you do now? Well, you just got to wait to see how they handle this move back up. Like, are they going to keep this? Are the buyers going to sustain this move here? All right, we had this nice little pop. 5 minute candle closes here in 50 seconds. We are forming a swing low. So I'm anticipating now we have a 1, 2, 3. So now maybe the next 5 minute candle, we may get somewhat of an extension here. We'll see, you know, pretty extended. So maybe a retest of our Ivy low at 28,075. So far, buyers are kind of pressing the gas here. So we have a nice little move there off that 950 level. That would have been a great trade. But I think now that we're seeing some rotation begin here, some meaningful rotation, the big Renko bar is about to flip as well. We'll see. This is not enough to say yes, reversal trend reversal, but it's the first time in the session that we're seeing buyers have any meaningful commitment beyond a swing high, a structural high on a Renko chart. Let's see. This could be also setting us up for a pretty nice failure back to the lows if it doesn't hold up, right? So this is actually good because now we're getting some distance. That's good. But we're now testing the 10 o'clock open print and the IB low. So we'll see how they handle this here. Start breaking through this split level here. They're going to accept. Watch this. It's very important. You gotta always watch how they interact with the opening print. So they did it over here a couple times and failed. So that failure was right there around right where price is now. Look at the buyers really getting aggressive here. So they just took back control of the 10 o'clock hour. Okay, buyers. Okay, buyers. This market is so funny, bro. All right, let's see if these guys are going to sustain this. So I think we're seeing the buyers beginning to try to like take control here. Very nice move from 950s. And we're back now up 100 to 28,100. So reclaim put support. How big of a move was that? 700 tick move, guys. 700 tick move. I'm missing out on some stuff today, guys. So we got the 5-minute swing low fractal here. So that's what was pushing price up. We got this nice confirmed swing low now. So technically, for this to stay bullish, we shouldn't see price get back below the low, but we are heavily bearish. So this could simply just be one of these. They pull back and then they go lower again. And our expected move to the downside for the session would be right around 865. So it's all about how they handle this area here right now. You know, we got a lot going on here. 100s, we have GEX1 from the Nasdaq, we have the IB low, I'm sorry, from the NDX, we have the initial balance, 75s. And we'll see. There's the failure. And there's are they going to reclaim? This is the test here, right? You got the first failure, that's one. You don't take the first failure. After a strong move like that, you never want to take the first flip, okay? It's not healthy. It's not proven yet. And they're going to create a new high here. These boys are breaking out. That's the third break in the up to the upside. Watching 25s here. 5-minute candle force, pretty big, pretty bullish. Renko, big Renko, flipping. Let's see what we can do here. Are they going to break 25s? Are they going to break 25s? They're still holding here. Now they're trading in the cluster between 100s and 125. So that's the little zone that we're in. There's the dot. Will it hold? Will they hold? Let's see. Market structure is bullish in the short term. Will they reclaim and support price here and take it back up again? Or is this just simply a pullback? I'm not pushing the button right now. I'm just watching to see the interaction of price. So you see how they press there at the 100 level and then we're immediately back inside this range. So even though I had a red dot there, I'm watching the book map to confirm. The red dot right here on my Renko chart would be potentially seller failure, but look, the buyers took back control right away. So we'll see. But we haven't really gotten any closure above 25s yet on the 1-minute chart. Look at the 1-minute chart. We've reclaimed the 1030 open, we broke out, pulled back, sellers failed here, buyers took control, sellers tried again, and we're creating distance and space. So right now the buyers have control of the 1030 open, but if we do end up closing back under, then that would be a potential recipe for a buyer squeeze, meaning the buyers get trapped here. So look at how we're back under the 100 level, and they sweep it right back up again. So this is telling us that the buyers are present, the sellers are exhausted. Sellers are not able to commit to keeping price under 100. Let's see. And also look at the time. It's 10:55. So we have the hourly candle closing here. And we're closing with a pretty big rejection at the lows. So if you look there, you can just see this big rejection here happening from put support. So that's interesting. Now we're back to 25. So let's see if these guys are going to be able to break out of 25 now. What I'm really doing is I'm gauging to see the whether or not these buyers, is this a move where we can expect that this is going to have a meaningful impact on price for the rest of the session, or is it simply a pullback? Is it just simply a pullback? Look at the 15-minute chart. We're now trading inside or above the prior 15-minute candle high. This is going to form a swing low fractal here. And this could potentially end up being the start of a rotation higher. And maybe we get back towards 250s. So very nice move there. So oh man, the chart's off the screen here. You guys can't see. Let's bring this down just a little bit here. So important levels now to note would be that lower level, that low of day at 950. That's important. Nice market structure too on the Renko chart. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, got the 11 o'clock candle here closing. Let's see. Let's take a look at that 1 hour candle. You see that wick? So going to try to get back above yesterday's low. Well, so I will say, I mean, the market's awesome today. I'm just trading like crap, but the market is awesome. And I wouldn't say I'm trading like crap. I'm just trading again. I was trading against the primary trend, right? So I mean, I guess that's kind of bad, but it's all good. But the market, I mean, geez, this is the kind of market that we would be catching bangers with, but for whatever reason, I'm being stubborn. Being stubborn. All right, let's see. This is the moment of truth here, guys. This guys, you're getting long. You're aiming for 246. So that'd be the major negative gex above. That looks about right there, buddy. Keep pressing. Look at the opening price here at 170s. Let's see if these boys are going to be able to rip and stay above. Back below again. I try small size here, guys. I try small size here. Stop it with 75s. Yeah, I see the supply there. They're two-way though, so let's see what happens. The boys are trying to stay heavy here or stay bullish. I was trying to catch that flip dot, but I didn't get that dot. Didn't get that dot. Let's see if we get that dot. Let's see if we get dot underneath the open print. Let's see. Hit that dot, bruh. Flip it. Yeah, they're still bullish here. Two-way. You start cranking back above open, I gotta cut it. Because I don't want to be caught in the squeeze for an hour. Yeah, look at them trying again. Watch the book map. 80s is my stop. 80s is the stop. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, boys. Don't do a beach ball. There's the dot. There's the dot. Let's not do another dot to the upside here, guys. Let's just commit to the move. Come on, boys. Commit to the move. There's 50 ticks. Can we get a little bit more? Can we get a little bit more? I don't know. Let's see. We're still staying bullish here. They're going to reclaim that open price. Watch the bulls here. 75. There's the open. There's the reject. Watch the book map here, guys. Watch the book map. We're defending 150s. I'm up 50 ticks, but we're not getting commitment below 150. 70 ticks. Can we get committed below 150? 80 ticks. No. There they try again. They're going to try to reclaim 150 again. And they succeeded in reclaiming. Are they going to hold here? Okay, I'm out of that, guys. I am out of that. I took that immediate cut. I was up 80 ticks, but they didn't commit. They did not commit. Going to trade through these offers now at 180s. I think Sauce Celestis might be right. It might get up there to 250s, 248s, yeah, 250s, 550s. We got some negative gex above. I don't know. They're still fighting here. What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. Tight stop. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Ghost order again. What the heck? This little copy trader is killing me, kicking my butt today. Watch this area here. What time is it? Wait for this next 5 minutes. See if these guys are going to squeeze these highs. There's the break of the high. Will they commit to it? Will they commit to it? Look at that. Yeah. Sellers try to get back under, immediately failed. I think we might be seeing 200s next here. Let's see if they can actually get above this area here. There it is. Are they going to commit or quit the breakout here? I got a breakout. Are they committing to this breakout? Let's see if these boys are able to commit to the breakout here. We'll keep your eye on 175. They need to support that if this is going to be an actual true breakout. We're back inside the breakout level now. So, and we're testing the opening price of 11 o'clock. Buyers need to hit the gas pedal here if they're going to control this. Otherwise, it becomes very risque. Let's see if they're going to hit the gas pedal here. Open print. I'm going to try short one more time. One more time. We'll see what happens here. So we got a nice little fake breakout, but I need to see commitment under 150. These guys have not committed to staying heavy under 150. They keep reclaiming. And they may do it again. This is what they do. They form a range. They trap everybody. Over and over and over again. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it, boys. I think they're going to take it back up to the high. I did another one of those traps. Reclaim the open print. There's a breakout level. Watching 175. If the sellers can actually get it back under, doesn't look like they're going to be able to. Can they do it? Can they do it? No. Come on, sellers. Where are you? There's 75. Get back under one more time. I don't think so, guys. They're going to pump it through 190s. Oof. Watch 75. Yes, they're going to go and take it, it looks like. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they definitely reclaimed that opening print, so I think they're going to take it up to 254s or 200s. I'm still in it. I'm giving it some space. I sized down so I can just see what happens here. Two-way auction. We're going two-way. We're going two-sided here, up and down, up and down. That's why I didn't cut the trade, because we haven't proven ourselves. We haven't gotten directional yet with the opening print. We haven't gotten directional with the opening print. Well, it is Chop City right now, gang. Added a contract there just in case this thing wants to puke here. So I added one contract. So just watching 150. There's been no commitment below 150. All right, this is the absorption zone. They just keep absorbing the sellers. Okay, there's 70 ticks, 80 ticks. Stops for a break even. Stops for a break even. I don't care what happens here. It could stop me out. I'm fine. Oh, yeah, and it looks like it's about to stop me out break even. Let's see. Just 150. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, they're still holding 150. They're not gonna. They're playing the beach ball game where they get below it and then it just pops, get below it and pops, and sellers are gonna exhaust down here, unless we see displacement, right? But I'm watching here and they just can't get through. Can't get away from 150. Yeah, I'm gonna get tagged out break even more than likely. Look at the 5 minute. 5 minute looks like it wants to squeeze higher. How the heck did that happen? Oh, okay, got it. So it stopped out break even on that trade there, guys. I don't know why that thing is still lagging there, man. There we go. Okay. 250. Okay. There's that failure again. I think my machine just froze on me. Oh no, okay, we're good. What time is it? 11:11. Okay. Buyers are here again, trying. They are really trying to get this breakout, but they just have not succeeded in doing so yet. 150s. We're beginning to crack. Okay, I'll try one more time. I try one more time. One fifty, 150. This could be where they pop my butt right here. Let's see if they're going to squeeze. There's 150. Yep, I'm out. All right, gang. I am negative 50 points on the day, guys. A little bit more than that with commissions in all transparency. So small loss. I mean, small red day so far. It's only like $200 per account, which is okay. Totally recoverable. But yeah, I'm just not trading good today, guys, you know, and I have to respect that. So, I mean, I do feel like I can catch a move. I definitely do feel I can catch a move. I'm just being a little bit hesitant, I guess, a little gun shy. So as a result, I'm like missing or not catching the right or getting in at the right times and whatnot. But either way, I'm going to respect my rules for the session here. Take my 50-point loss here today, but that's okay. It's all good. It's day one of the week. We still have time. We continue doing what we must do. All right. So I'm going to kill the stream here, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. If you guys want to learn more about our process and what we do here, check out our site, dynastytradingsystems.com. We got a bunch of cool stuff going on there. Oh my God, is this the move? Look at that. Oh my goodness. That might be it right there, huh? Anyways, we'll see. If they say heavy under 270 or 150s, that might be good to go. It might be good to go, guys, to be honest. If they stay under that 150s, it might be good to go. That's kind of what I was waiting for. They're staying real heavy, pressing here, pressing here, pressing here. Couldn't do it. But we'll see if we catch it. But I don't know. They're right back again, you see? Let's see. They're right back again. Watch the book map here. They're going to reclaim. It's also now our point of control. What time is it? Yeah, we got to wait for the 15-minute to close. Got to wait for that 15-minute to close here. There's that 150 attempt. They broke above the 150. Are they going to be able to stay above the 150 here? We got buyers beginning to fail, so this is a good sign. This might be a good sign. Give it a go, guys. Let's just give it one last shot here. Let's give it one last shot here. We aim for low today, maybe. Get some of that. Yeah, they start closing back through 150s. That's it. That's it. But the good thing is this market is so good that with one trade, you can easily make 50 points. You can make well more than that, you know? All right, so I'll just stay on while I'm in this trade here. Until we get price back underneath, what's this price? 85s or 100s? I'll be very cautious, but there's 100 ticks right there, guys. I'll be very cautious. Stops above 50. Well, now I can just keep my stop break even. Look at that. We're up 130 ticks on this drop. Oh, let's see if we can get some acceleration here and continuation on that 15-minute chart. Just had to maybe wait for the 15-minute to line up, right? But we got to be careful because they could bounce here off the 100s. Now, if we start trading through that, then yeah, we'd be aiming for this low right here. Bingo. That buyer from 958. But we're up 150 ticks. Oh, great. We're making our money back. Yes. Just had to wait a little bit. I mean, I was trying here. I had the right idea, but I think I just kind of like got a little weary about how long it was taking with the stops, or they kept reclaiming the opening print. It'd be different if we had already moved away from the opening print, right? And then we had to stop a two-way action. I would have no problem sitting through that, but because we're right at the two-way or right at the opening print, it could have easily just continued up. You know what I mean? There's 200 ticks. Can we get a move all the way back to put support? 28,000s. Let's see. We in there, baby. I just made back my money. Still a little red with commission, so got to be cautious with that. But it's all good. I'm also not going to be a hero and try to hold this thing for the entire move all the way down, just in case this is just simply a deeper pullback before they come back and ram to high. So I understand how price works, man. We understand what these guys do. But the good news is we are in negative gamma. We are negative gamma right now, right? We're super negative. Where's our zero gamma? We're below zero gamma. Buyers now failing. We have a fractal confirm on the 5-minute. So now we've got this 5-minute fractal creating force and energy for the downside. So the two levels here would be this low to this high, right? So this was the low that created this push up. This is the high now creating this push down. So now, you know, the main thing for us is we just need to see this 5-minute candle close with commitment. Like, we don't want to see a big wick rejection, right? In this case, it would be our IB low. Ideally, we close underneath 100, underneath IB low. And then from there, we get more commitments by the sellers to get back under our one-day min, which is also our GEX4 on NDX. So we're sitting on 233 ticks of profit. And just looking at this 1-minute chart, it is dropping like it's hot, guys. Dropping like it's hot. But we're not going to just sit there and allow this thing to go back against us too much. So I'm going to be trailing a little bit because I do need to make sure I recover those red trades. We're up 300 ticks. 300 ticks right now. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I waited. Aren't you glad you're waited too, guys? I waited. Just had to wait for the 15-minute to line up. We're up 80 points. We are up 80 points. Unfortunately, I didn't size up, but that's okay. Guess what I have to do right now? I'm going to have to like trail a little bit more tight just in case these boys want to rip from here. Okay, we're out of that trade, guys. I think we are out of that trade. We're out of that trade, gang. Mission accomplished here. Mission accomplished here. We did it. We actually ended up making our money back and some profits. Wow. What a turn of events. That was interesting. So you could see right there, guys, I had the right idea. We were shorting from here. Got tagged out, break even, shorted again, break even, shorted again, manual stop out, caught it again, and then boom, right? So that's how it goes sometimes. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's like timing, right? If I just would have waited for the 15-minute or the 5-minute, then it would have been good, and the signal would have been. But I'm glad we're able to do that and end up green. That's cool. This is why risk to reward can be an important factor. Be careful here, guys. I'm not going to try to reshort this here. It can be an important factor. I'm a scalper, but I'm always trying to make sure I'm catching bigger wins and losses, right? And just so you saw there, it took quite a few cuts, right? I was down like 55, 65 points. And, you know, all it takes is this one trade. And that's why you don't get emotional if you know your numbers, you know your stats. And that's something that you can't learn, right? It's something you just have to go through with your own trading process. And I know with my trading process, like one of the biggest advantages I have with my trading process is that my losses are small compared to my wins. And then when I do catch winners, I'm able to catch pretty much most of the time. If you've been on my stream, you can see I'm pretty good at catching these nice little 15 to 25 point scalps. But then there's times where we get these massive moves and I'm able to stay in them, and that's important. That's important, especially for a day like today, because I wasn't taking a lot of trades. I was kind of trading kind of a little stubborn today. But whatever. Caught that nice little move, and now price looks like it's trying to reclaim. And that's exactly why I took the profit here at this level here. So IB low, we start seeing volume. We got the flip. I don't want to be a hero, and it could continue lower. This could just simply be a deeper pullback, but it also can't. This can also simply be a pullback for continuation higher. Right? So, I mean, if you look at the 15-minute chart, look at what they did there. They simply just tagged into the 50 level here. They just tagged into this down close bar. Now they're beginning to push up. 5-minute now looks like it's beginning to rotate and form a fractal low. So, yeah, so if we start reclaiming 150s, this could very well become a bullish return to the high. But if we also fail here and we get this nice dot and then we start getting heavy back again under IB low, that could be continuation move lower. So I'm going to try short again. I'm gonna try short again, and I'll just keep my stop real tight, right above the 125 level. And now we can go break even because we're up 20 points. And that's it. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I don't care. Because if it's truly the right move, then it should just completely just fail, right? But look, they already reclaimed. So there you go. So this could be the move back higher, right? This could be the move back higher. That dot right there. But I'm good. I'm not going to keep fighting this thing. You guys have a great rest of your session. We'll be back tomorrow. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. So in today's situation, I was taking dumb trades. I was scalping. I was actually up, and then I gave it back, and then I ended up negative, red 50 points. And now we're just basically right around break even after commissions. And that's cool. It's good for a Monday. It's pretty exhausting, to be honest. But thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys have a good session.